Having a partner who truly understands your feelings is one of the most valuable things in a relationship. They don't just know what you like or dislike, but they can also pick up on your moods without much explanation. They know when you need space, when you want to be heard, and when you just want a wordless hug. This kind of relationship doesn't just happen. It grows from sensitivity, honest communication, and mutual respect. Many of us have felt like our partners don't fully understand or respond to our feelings. We want to express it, but we're afraid it might be misunderstood. But healthy communication can be cultivated. Here are some gentle strategies to help your partner truly hear, feel, and be sensitive to what's in your heart. Prepare yourself first, set your mind and intention straight. Before hoping your partner will understand your feelings, there is one important step that's often overlooked. Prepare yourself first. Many women want to be heard and understood, but sometimes they're not truly ready to express their feelings calmly and clearly. However, for communication to run smoothly, you need to set your mind and intention straight first, not to prove who's right, but to build a relationship of mutual understanding. Often, when we're experiencing mixed feelings like anger, sadness, disappointment, or fatigue, we want to talk immediately. However, without realizing it, unorganized emotions can turn the conversation into an argument. Therefore, before discussing important matters with your partner, take a moment to calm down. Take a deep breath, feel your emotions, and then ask yourself, what do I really want to say? This way, you can speak from the heart, not from a momentary outburst. Choose the right time and atmosphere. To help your partner understand your feelings, choosing the right time and atmosphere to talk is often overlooked, but crucial. Many relationships are strained not by the content of the conversation, but by the inappropriate timing. When one person is in a volatile mood, even the smallest words can be perceived as an attack. Therefore, timing and atmosphere are key to ensuring your message is received calmly and avoids misunderstandings. Think back to when you wanted to talk about something important, but your partner seemed busy, tired, or distracted. Maybe you continue the conversation because you'd been holding it in for a long time, but it ultimately led to a small argument. In reality, it wasn't because they didn't care, but because their mind wasn't in the same place as yours. So, before discussing something serious, pay attention to their mood and the surrounding situation. Start with praise and appreciation. There are times when you want your partner to better understand how you feel, not just by hearing the words, but truly understanding what you're trying to convey. However, talking about feelings isn't always easy. Sometimes you're afraid of being misunderstood, or even worried that your partner might feel attacked. Well, one way to make the conversation lighter and more constructive is to start with praise and appreciation. It may sound simple, but this small step can make a big difference in how you understand each other. First, imagine the atmosphere when you open the conversation on a positive note. For example, you could say, "I'm really glad you've been making more time for us lately." Or, "I know you've been working hard on this relationship, and I appreciate that." Phrases like these can make your partner feel accepted and appreciated before you get into the nitty-gritty of your feelings. When someone feels appreciated, they tend to be more open and less defensive when talking about sensitive matters. This doesn't mean you have to be overly complimentary or pretend to be happy about everything. In fact, genuine appreciation will sound more natural. Focus on the little things you truly feel, simple acts of attention, the effort they put in, or even their patience when you're tired. This way, your partner will feel that you're not just focusing on their flaws, but also appreciating the good they have. Be specific about your needs. Often, women are accustomed to expressing their feelings in subtle ways, such as giving signals or expecting their partners to pick up on their tone of voice or facial expressions. However, not everyone is able to pick up on these signals. You might say whatever you want, but you really want your partner to understand that you need more attention. This is where it's important to communicate your needs directly and clearly. Say what you need, not just how you feel. For example, instead of saying, I'm so tired of you being so insensitive. Try changing it to, I feel like I need you to ask me how my day is going more often, because it makes me feel cared for. See the difference? The first sentence is full of emotion and can provoke a defensive reaction, while the second invites empathy and helps your partner understand what they can do to make you feel better. Invite them to discuss, not make demands. Discussions are a space for mutual listening and understanding, not an arena for blaming. Unfortunately, when emotions are high, many people tend to want their partners to change immediately or comply with their wishes without allowing for a two-way conversation. However, demands often leave partners feeling cornered rather than motivated to improve the relationship. Discussions also mean giving your partner space to speak. Don't be quick to interrupt or correct their opinions, even if you disagree. Sometimes listening without judgment can actually encourage your partner to be more open and honest. This is where you can see their perspective and find healthier common ground. End with gratitude. Saying thank you isn't just a formality, but a positive signal that you appreciate the communication process. This will make your partner feel valued and more open to listening to you in the future. This helps create a warmer, more supportive atmosphere in your relationship. Imagine the difference. When you end a conversation with an angry or cold tone, your partner may feel like a failure or be reluctant to discuss sensitive matters again. However, if you close with gratitude, the atmosphere becomes lighter and more loving. It's like giving an emotional hug after a potentially difficult conversation. By expressing your feelings gently, clearly, and with good intentions, you give your partner the opportunity to understand you, not just hear you. Remember, a healthy relationship is about two people opening up, respecting each other, and growing together.